LoreWarrior Aerotech, the Merlin class dropship. The sleek Merlin is another product of the Word of Blake Freeworlds League Alliance, intended here as a combination warship, escort and fast strike craft. Though lacking the speed of the Avenger or the Achilles, the Merlin outperforms its closest rival, the Capellan Lung Wang, which it was designed to replace after the collapse of the Marak-Lao Pact. The first Merlin entered service in 3063 after an expedited design process and limited testing. For a design that was rushed into production, it has surprisingly few flaws. Limited fuel capacity and minor heat management issues are only the real concern here, though some of the crews have expressed their dislike of the cramped quarters and stark functionality of the design. More than a dozen Merlins have been assembled at Irian Technologies' Clipperton plant and the Brigadier Corporation at Gibson, though the latter has suffered a number of minor manufacturing accidents that have limited output to a single vessel and consumed a disproportionate amount of material. Word of Blake security forces have traced the problems to Comstar saboteurs and believe the Brigadier plant will be operating at full efficiency before the end of the year. Yeah, unfortunately, sorry about this one. This is from the archives of Technical Readout 3067 and does not contain that much more about the Merlin, unfortunately, despite the fact that it's actually quite a nice looking dropship. Yeah, I believe it has a few mentions in some of the other books. I know it gets a posting in Experimental Technical Readout Marak, but I don't have any of the extra technical readouts, unfortunately. But the ship is counted as a military spheroid. It's an assault dropship. Innosphere technology, introduced in 3063. Its mass is 2,500 tons, with a battle value of 5,340. It's 92 meters long, 32 meters wide, and 21 meters high. It uses 50 tons of fuel in total, and burns 1.84 tons of that per day. It has a safe thrust of 6 and a max thrust of 9, with 90 heat sinks, doubles, for 180 in total. It has 250 armor on the nose, 200 on the sides, 230 on the aft. Nothing on the engines or anything like that, which is kind of strange. But it does mean that the ship is pretty well armoured, which fits the fact that it's an assault dropship. It carries 2 fighters in its first cargo bay and can have 502 tons of cargo in the second bay. Carries a whole 2 escape pods. But I guess that makes sense because the crew is 2 officers and 9 enlisted. So yeah, just shy you can fit everybody in that, just a bit cramped. It has 30 rounds of SRM-6 ammunition. It says 30 rounds, SRM-6 ammunition, 2 tons, 60 rounds of LRM-20 ammunition, 10 tons. And it mounts 50 tons standard armour. So in the nose arc of the vessel, it has 5 ER large lasers, 4 medium pulse lasers, 2 SRM-6, 4 LRM-20, and a pair of ER PPCs. So as you can see from the artwork there, it has a hell of a lot of nose-mounted firepower, which again fits with the fact that this is an assault dropship. This is the kind of thing that goes in and starts battering larger vessels, even attacks warships, I imagine. On its front right and front left side, it has 6 medium lasers, which you can make out on the sides there of the artwork. You can see the little trio of them. There's probably a second one, fixed somewhere else. And then on the aft section, it has 2 ER large and 2 ER PPC. Again, you can see them between the engines there, sticking out, facing rearward of the ship. It's actually its aft right and aft left has no weapons. It's only blind spot. But yeah, not a bad little dropship, to be honest. Cool name, obviously. Merlin's a nice name for anything, aircraft and the such. It also makes for a good mech, doesn't it, the Merlin? But yeah, the Merlin dropship is definitely quite an aggressive-looking little spud, and yeah, definitely one that would be a fun thing to be able to use on the table for the handful of people who still play aerospace, obviously. A game that definitely needs to be revamped. I think it needs a bit of love from Catalyst if they ever did want to get round to it. Sadly, I don't think they ever will. I think there's just too much interest in obviously what the main thing about tech is, which is stompy mechs. But it would be nice if they ever did decide to give it a bit of a revamp. Streamline some of the rules maybe for fleet combat. You could integrate it quite nicely into campaigns, having the space combat stuff happening and then transitioning down to battles on the ground would be quite cool. But yeah, that's the Merlins. All I got really. So yeah, sorry about that one being a bit short, but yeah, blame the writing. Unfortunately, there's just not enough there. But until next time, have a good one all. I will catch you on the next one. Bye bye.